Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana today retracing a little bit from that strong sell-off that we've seen over the last couple of days. Generally, if we take a look at the crypto market overall, it's looking quite positive today, but looking at the bigger picture in the last 7 days, we've lost quite a lot in line with our expectations here on this channel. Solana moving up, not as much today as some other cryptos. Cardano doing fairly well. We had Phantom doing really well. Terra Luna made a video on that earlier today. Avalanche doing really well. Solana still showing some, weakness. It is up less than a lot of other cryptos. But again, that's in line with expectations. Yesterday or even today, I think in the Bitcoin video said that if Bitcoin wants to do a move up, it needs to do it now because we were just holding above the 0.5 FIB level. So important support level, and below that, the 61.8 FIB level is quite far away, below 30K. So I think we are seeing that also without a lot of surprise. Did mention that yesterday on most of these charts, you were now oversold, not only on the hourly here, but you were also oversold on the RSI on the 4-hour chart, which just indicates there is usually some sort of a move up. But what we can see, it doesn't convince me. It's not very strong. Here, even on the daily, you were moving up. But even if you take a look here on the daily chart, the RSI on the daily for Solana, you barely can make here a higher high. It's only pushing up a little bit. That is how weak the chart is looking in general at the moment. Yes, we have come above the $100. Yes. Which is good for Solana, but overall nothing that would convince me at the moment. You can see that even here on the daily, the RSI is just, the MACD is just falling further here. It is now really low on the daily at least. On the 4-day chart though, the MACD could fall a little bit further. I think we also see no sign of recovery. If I zoom in here, you can see that it's been moving sideways, the momentum a little bit here throughout, and now it's picking up downside momentum again. And the RSI also can fall further. We are not yet oversold on the 4-day chart. And I mentioned before, the 4-day chart is quite relevant for cryptos, I found. So it is quite a relevant one. But the weekly here, probably even more relevant, where we are quite far away still from being oversold. And to be fair, Solana has never seen really an oversold on the weekly. So that might become something new. We've had this bearish crossover here on the MACD on the weekly that we talked about a few times, and it's falling further. It's not even crossed the 0 line, so there is, in my view, more potential to the downside. But overall, looking at it, I'm quite positive because we're moving very, very close here to the lower support level of my target area. When I gave you that target area, remember when we were actually on our way up, I already gave you that target area. Re-specified a little bit when we were starting to move down, as you can only make guesses until you have seen the top here. Otherwise you can't really calculate the next move down, so we did that, and we've now finally come into the target area actually already here in the beginning of January with hitting $130. But I told you at the time that I would expect lower prices. We've seen that. We've now hit the $100. We've even come below 100. Even come below 100. Which tells me, and also with how strong we actually came down, which tells me that we are gonna see lower prices in my view, even still. Nevertheless, Solana from an Elliott wave point of view and a correction point of view, it has done what it needs to do to move up. So it's fulfilled the requirements basically of such a wave 2. This is a wave 1, this is a wave 2. Before it can start the wave 3. The wave 3 should be really, really interesting, should be really good. I would expect at least here the 200%, 517, more likely possibly even here the 2.618 extension, which is $677 in the next wave up, because you rarely see it in wave 3, or well, especially in crypto, that it just goes up in just simple 5 waves. Oftentimes it's a bit extended, then you have to use the next FIB extension depending on how many extensions you have. Also here on this wave down, which is the wave C, I think we're seeing an extended wave. But to be fair, if you look at it from that point of view, you have here a wave 1, 2, 3, 4. This could have been the 5, theoretically, right? So it could have done what it needs to do to finish the correction. I will keep a very close eye on Solana now, in terms of if I see an impulse building up here, I'll make you aware. But I wouldn't really talk about a confirmed breakout until we break that. First of all, break out of that target area again, and then really we see a higher low and a higher high on this chart, and we break that descending trend line. Yeah, and it's obviously a descending trend line, so can't really give you a definite number for it, but I keep you updated. Next support would be, if we really fall further, which I primarily still believe would be at $56. Yeah, that is the 0.786 fib level. Next resistance would be here at 130. That's how it is. That's where I would expect here these fibs, how they would play out. They did play out throughout here. And yeah, we can see how the price has reacted to these Fibonacci levels. And yeah, that's my view. I think primarily further downside potential, not yet any sign of real recovery. There's a bit of a recovery here, but again, I need to say also on Telegram, Discord, also here in the messages or the comments below the YouTube videos, people ask me how high can this go. Now we are here currently in a strong move down. Yeah, so is this already the, I've been asked, is this already the move up? No, I don't think it will. And even if it is, to get a confirmation, at least for a first impulse, we want to see a bit of a structure of higher highs and higher lows. Otherwise, it's only speculation. I like to invest more in the long term. Yeah, I've got my HODL portfolio, which is really set for years. Then I've got a trading portfolio where I try to catch the larger waves. Yeah, I'm not interested in buying here, for example, at 90 and selling at 103. Nothing I would really do, at least not at the moment. Might be something for the future, but I want to understand the larger trends, and that is also what can build wealth over the years, and which I think that we've got the perfect times for that today. Of course, not financial advice, but with these prices, we're down massively from the all-time high for Solana. I think it's at good value already now. Even if it dropped to 55, I don't think we would be in this area down here very long. So even if it drops to 55, for example, that next fib level, I think we would get out of it fairly quickly. Looking here generally at how much can this now retrace, we could use the Fibonacci's from the top to the low and then take a look at how far can this now retrace really. And you know, we have here the next, I call it minor resistance here at $110 or $109. That's the 0.382 fib level. And then 116. If we break the 109, then you can expect the 109, yeah. Then 116. And then probably the most likely one would be the 0.618 at 122.6 cents. Would surprise me if we move up higher. That would then potentially be a bullish or a impulsive sign. So we're going to take a look at that when it comes to that. But personally, I wouldn't speculate here for much higher prices. At the moment, we don't have a structure on which we can build new all-time highs. I would want to see higher highs, higher lows building here. Yeah, and there is no need to FOMO in or anything if we see first, you know, because this would only be the beginning. If we talk about possible price levels of above $600, does it matter if it's at 100 or 110? Probably not. Also, we would want to see here on the, at least here on the daily, I would want to see a bullish divergence or something forming. You know, at least it shows me that the downtrend is over. Or here at least on the 2-day chart or 4-day chart, we would want to see some sort of a bullish divergence, some sort of sign that the downtrend is over. It could be a MACD turning around, but I also would like more than just one sign and on more than just one indicator or time frame. All right, that's my view here on Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.